What's up, everybody? So we got the 24 Street Glide in the shop yet again, doing some more work to it to get this build series kind of trucking on along. Our next thing that we want to take care of is getting rid of Big Booty Judy. The way that the new tail lights are, coupled with the bags, it just makes the back end look fat. And as much as I like a Big Booty Judy, on my bike, I want to make it look a little bit more slimmed down, a little bit more sleek. So what we plan on doing is we are putting on some custom dynamics, the LED fillers. So right underneath these tail lights are the exact same setup as far as the rear subframe goes that was on the previous generation of the touring bikes. So it's going to have that opening, and these guys will just slide right into the opening. It's going to get rid of all this big plastic mess that's going on right here and set the lights in, kind of make it look not as thick. It's still going to be as thick, but it's not going to look as thick. So we're going to get into that. There are some things that you need to know if you decide to do these. Whenever I go to take these lights out, they actually bolt on right here to the sides of the fenders. So once I kind of start unbolting everything, there are going to be some openings right there. There's a couple ways you can go about doing this. Thing one, most expensive, would be to put a new fender on it. We're not going to do that. Thing two would be to grind it all out, weld it, paint it. We're not going to do that. I'm going to see how I like it once I get everything out. I'm just going to take some plastic push pins like you would put into vehicle trim and pop them into the sides just to fill the holes up. I'll see what that looks like, unless it just doesn't look too bad whenever you're looking on it and you might see a couple holes. We'll get into that once we get everything ripped apart. So first things first is we need to get the bags off. We need to get the seat off, so that way whenever we start running our harness, and then we're going to start unplugging these. I will say that the Custom Dynamics lights, this is supposed to be a plug and play. So whenever we go to put it on, there's no cutting harnesses or anything like that. It's just going to plug right up. I need to look at the harness and see the condition of it and see if I want to try and keep the harness as far back as possible, or if I want to pull it back up underneath the seat and do it that way. But let's get into it. All right, now that I got the saddlebags off, it's time to start getting the lights out. I need to kind of make a quick PSA during this video. If you guys hear a bunch of background noise, they're actually clearing a massive lot right beside me. So they got a lot of equipment, machinery running, but we can't let that stop us, so let's get into it. The bolts, just going to be taking off these 6 bolts. All right, now as you guys can see, we got these holes right here on both sides. That is going to be the holes that we put our lights into. Now, to get the bracket off, we got to take out these bolts. It's going to pull all this inner bracket out so we can get it removed. This is a 1/2 inch on this side and a T40 on the inside. So after you get those bolts out, there is a center bolt right here. I took the license plate bracket off thinking I needed to. I don't. Once you get the 2 bolts out and the 1 center nut that's down here out, this thing should just slip down. Just like that, the fender bracket is off. And then these guys right here should just pop out. Potentially you might need a non-marring tool, and go in and slide it and pop it out. This is the bracket. It's actually double-sided taped up in there. So it is going to take a little bit of work. It's not just going to be a quick 2-second thing. For looks, I'm actually going to be putting this bolt back in backwards than what it came out from the factory, because it was the 1/2-inch nut on this side, and then on the back side it had the T40. I'm actually going to swap that around and put the Torx outside, just that way it kind of matches this and it's more of a clean look. Now, before you tighten all the way, go ahead and put it in the other side in case you got to wiggle it around some. All right, now that you have all 3 bolts put in, you can actually go in and start tightening. Before we start going back together and trying to figure out the harness, let's go and get this cleaned up. I'm going to soak it down with a little bit of Windex, let it set for a second because there is a bunch of gunk and grime on both sides. This is low mileage and it's already built up like that, so make sure you soak it good before you start scrubbing so you don't scratch your paint. And then as you're cleaning, make sure you're cleaning the surface around the holes, because it's going to be a little piece of double-sided sticky tape is going to go on there to help hold it. Then we're going to come back through with some alcohol and water on this surface as well to make sure it's all nice and degreased. All right, I got some of these Christmas tree push pins. I might put these in. I'm going to wait until I put everything back together and see what it looks like and see if I really need it or not. I mean, it's probably going to look a little bit more complete, but there's a 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 holes back here on each side, so we'll see how I decide to do it. All right, let's open up our Pro Beams and see what all comes in the package. All right, what comes in the box? We got 2 lights. We got load equalizers, some zippy ties, and this is the harness right here. This harness actually looks like it's a pretty long harness, and I really don't want just a whole bunch of wires just tied up back here, especially if ever one day I just want to look like a hood rat and ride around with my bags off. I don't want a whole bunch of junk back here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cut all these zip ties up and see where this harness routes to. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same on both sides. Yeah, it's the same on both sides. So I'm going to cut all this, pull the seat. I'm going to see where this harness goes and see if there's a better way to reroute everything. And then we'll go from there. I guess I should also say you don't have to have a lift to do this. You can 100% do this on the ground. But if you got it, use it. So the harness actually comes up to right here on both sides, and then you got your main harness that runs back to the tail light, or to the license plate light. So I'm going to snip all this stuff off. I'm going to pull it back up in this way. We've got some area up here where I can tuck a harness. We'll see what all we can do up here. One perk about doing it this way, though, is if everything fits the way that I want, then I've already got zip tie brackets down here from stock. So whenever I go back together, it'll look nice and neat. Light harness can be able to fit all the way up that way once I get it all zip tied in place. Then we've got excess right here. So I think that's what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean it up and just set everything underneath here. Especially these aren't really weather resistant. So once it's under the seat, it's at least a little bit more weather tight. Not weatherproof or waterproof, but at least weather resistant. This solution right here is 70% alcohol, a little bit of water. We're going to get these filler covers, or the filler area, hole, whatever you want to call it, cleaned up with alcohol. Just so that way whenever that double-sided tape sits on there, it locks in good. Now, these are labeled left and right. Pop the cover off. Now, there are alignment tabs on the back, but it does say in the instructions that 100% those are not designed to hold this in place. The majority of the holding force is this double-sided tape. Then after you get it on there, you want to leave just a little bit of pressure on it for a little bit. As you can tell, definitely looks a whole lot better and more complete. I like that they're kind of dark. You can get these with black. To be honest with you, whenever I ordered them, I thought that's what I ordered. But being a Marine and that I enjoy eating crayons, I don't really know how to read that well. So I kind of messed that up some. Fun fact, the most used tool in any good technician's arsenal is going to be a knife. From a pry bar, sometimes a screwdriver, peeling stuff, opening boxes. Bazinga! Now, let's get the harness routed up. Now, we got it. The harness from the light ran up, zip tied up in place. Behind the shock, I would recommend leaving just a little bit of room. You don't want it to be too tied up against that shock. Just so that way when the shock goes to pivot, it doesn't pivot and hit. Then also, whenever you're cutting your zip ties, some people say to cut them flush, like that. I personally prefer to come out about a ½ an inch and cut it at a sharp angle, just so that way the next person that comes up to work on it, they can cut themselves. On to the other side. I'm going to pull these off. On that side over there where the harness comes up, it looked like it was going to rub against the shock. So I am going to put a loom on these harnesses just for added protection. It'll be kind of a pain in the butt because of this connector, but I'm being lazy. I really don't want to depin it if I don't have to. Now, this step, 100% not required, but at the end of the day, you take that extra step, you'll be able to see it in the end. Now, is this an overkill? Like I said earlier, 100%. But I'll show you what that side looks like here in just a minute, and you'll see it looks a lot better. And then plus on this side, where it's going to pull it back away from my shock more, it's just going to be better all around. Mo better. Alright, as you can see, we got the wire loom on now. Looks a whole lot better, more clean and professional, I guess you could say. All the way up. And same on the other side. This was the biggest part that I was worried about, where this shock sets. Definitely does look a whole lot better, my personal opinion on it. Better looking lights and set back. Right now I'm just plugging it up just to make sure everything works before I start zip tying everything back up. So let's get into it. All right, you got the harness in here, zip tied up and put away. Eventually what I might do is either trim the factory harness or trim this harness to the lights. I don't know which one I want to do. If I trim the factory harness, I can clean up a lot of this a whole lot more. Because if I trim the light harness, then I'm going to be putting the plugs back here where I really didn't want them. I wanted them up and out of the way. So it might be better to trim down the factory harness. we'll get into that later if I decide to. I mean, there's ways I could kind of get away with doing it and then make sure that I could still go back together with it later if I ever decide to put it back to stock, which I doubt I ever will. But for right now, got the harness kind of tucked away as neat as it can be with all these extra wires kind of going on in here. Seat can still fit back down in place like it needs to. All right, guys, I don't know what happened to the end of that video. For whatever reason, just all my video footage for that last 5-10 minutes just completely disappeared. Honestly, I took the video about 10 months ago, so I don't really know where it went. But here's some photos of what it looks like put back together. And then here is some photos of just the bike out on the street, and you can kind of see where it just looks a little bit more sleek across the back of it and doesn't have those big fish-eyed lights, which is what I prefer. I kind of like that little more, whatever you want to call it, look, where it's all tucked back and just tight. That's what I prefer. If you guys want these lights, I'll link them down in the description below. You guys head on over to our website and purchase them. And if you have any questions on the install, feel free to let me know. Like I said, sorry about the last 10 minutes. But as you guys can see, we got the Dyna on the lift, which means we got some more Dyna content coming. You guys are really going to be excited on some of the updates that we're doing on this guy. It's going to just change it drastically from that Peepaw bike to a good rider. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you guys, and have a good one.